The moment that clip ends, everything is already over, and nobody outside those palace walls even realizes it yet, because this wasn't a disagreement, it wasn't a delay, it wasn't another one of those carefully staged royal pauses where reconciliation is whispered but never delivered. No, this was a shutdown, a cold, calculated, irreversible shutdown. Prince William didn't just reject Prince Harry, Prince William erased the possibility of Prince Harry ever returning again, and Buckingham Palace didn't hesitate for a second to seal it. The gates weren't just closed, they were locked permanently. And here's the part that should make you uncomfortable: this didn't unfold slowly. It happened fast, too fast. Almost as if the decision had been waiting, rehearsed, sitting in silence until the exact moment it could be executed without resistance. Because think about it, why was there no hesitation? Why did the system move within minutes? Access revoked, names removed, lists rewritten, schedules adjusted. That's not reaction, that's preparation. That's a machine already in motion before the public ever heard a word. And right in the center of it, Prince William, alone before sunrise, reading Prince Harry's appeal like it was the final page of a story he had already decided the ending to. No anger, no explosion, just exhaustion. That kind of quiet is dangerous. That kind of silence doesn't debate, it concludes. And when Prince William closed that folder and said there could be no halfway return, it wasn't just a sentence. It was a verdict, a line drawn so deeply that even Prince Harry didn't realize how final it was until it was too late. Because Prince Harry didn't ask for everything back. That's what makes this even more unsettling. The request was controlled, limited, almost careful. Support charities, assist Charles quietly, rebuild trust step by step. It sounds reasonable, doesn't it? That's what makes the rejection feel harsher. Because if even that wasn't acceptable, then what was the real issue? What was Prince William actually rejecting? And why did Prince Harry believe there was still something left to salvage? That's where the story starts twisting. Because this wasn't just about duty, it was about something deeper, something repeated, something that had already happened before. A pattern. And patterns inside the palace are never ignored. They are documented, remembered, stored like evidence. And then comes the moment that changes everything: the call. Prince Harry answers expecting negotiation, conditions, maybe another delay. Instead, the answer is immediate, complete rejection. No revision, no reconsideration, just final. And Meghan watches it happen in real time. That expression shift, that silence, that single whispered word permanently. That's not just shock, that's realization. Because by the time Prince Harry processed the rejection, the palace had already moved beyond him. Officials weren't waiting, they were acting. Clearances canceled, arrival lists erased, emergency procedures rewritten. And here's the detail people are missing: the locked gates were not symbolic, they were literal. A system, a structure designed to remove uncertainty, designed to remove Prince Harry. And then Charles standing there reading the final wording twice, not once, twice, removing his glasses, saying nothing. That silence is louder than any statement, because Charles had the power to pause this, delay it, challenge it, but he didn't. And that tells you everything about where the real authority had shifted. Because when a king chooses silence, it's not weakness, it's recognition. Recognition that the decision no longer belongs to him. That power has already moved forward, and it had moved to Prince William. But here's the part nobody can ignore: the line buried inside that decision. A recent breach. Something that happened during Prince Harry's last contact with the palace. Something serious enough to make trust impossible again. And suddenly, everything starts connecting. The hesitation, the exhaustion, the speed of enforcement. This wasn't one decision, it was the final reaction to something that confirmed Prince William's worst fear. That no matter how controlled the return looked, something would always escape. Something always did. And now the truth starts unraveling in a way that feels almost too precise to be accidental. Because before the gate slammed shut, there was still a window. A narrow one, fragile, barely holding, but it existed. Prince William had not always been this absolute. There had been discussions, drafts, even a controlled pathway being shaped in silence. That alone changes everything, because if a return was once possible, then something must have destroyed it completely. And that something didn't explode publicly. It happened quietly, inside Windsor. Behind closed doors where no cameras could twist it, where no headlines could soften it. A private meeting that wasn't supposed to leave the room, yet somehow it did. Prince Harry walked into Windsor Castle carrying expectation, but also pressure. This wasn't reconciliation, yet it was evaluation. A test. Prince William presented the conditions with surgical precision. Total confidentiality. controlled appearances, no commercial leverage, a long probationary period where Prince Harry would exist in a space that looked like return but felt like restriction. And here's where the tension tightens. Prince Harry didn't reject it. Prince Harry listened. Silence again. That same dangerous silence. Because silence inside these meetings is never empty. It's calculating. It's deciding what to say and what not to say. But then comes the moment that shifts everything off course. Prince Harry steps out. A private corridor. A phone call. And suddenly what was supposed to stay sealed inside Windsor begins to move. The phrase probationary royal status leaves the room. It travels. And within hours, a media producer is asking the palace about it. Not guessing. Not speculating. Asking with precision. Exact wording. Exact sequence. That's not coincidence. That's leakage. And the timing? Devastating. Because it proves something Prince William had been fearing all along, that information doesn't stop once it reaches Prince Harry. It moves. It spreads. It escapes. When Prince William returns holding that inquiry, the energy changes instantly. No shouting. No chaos. Just confrontation built on evidence. Prince William asks the question that matters most, not who Prince Harry trusts, but where the information goes after it reaches Prince Harry. And Prince Harry can't close that gap. Prince Harry admits the call, admits speaking to Meghan. And in that admission, the entire structure collapses. Because inside the palace, intent doesn't matter as much as outcome. And the outcome was clear. Confidential information had traveled outside before the agreement was even finalized. Less than 90 minutes. That number matters. 90 minutes was all it took to destroy the only path back. Charles hears it. The voices. The fracture happening in real time. And when Charles enters afterward, the decision is already sitting there waiting to be confirmed. Prince William doesn't argue anymore. Prince William tears the agreement. That detail feels small, but it isn't. Because tearing paper inside that room was the moment possibility ended. Not paused. Not delayed. Ended. And when Prince William says duty cannot be built on another breach. It's not just about that call, it's about every moment before it. Every pattern that led to it. That's the difference between a mistake and a confirmation. And this was confirmation. Prince Harry tries one last time. A final meeting. No advisors. No witnesses. Just Prince William and Prince Harry facing each other without protection. And what unfolds isn't negotiation, it's exposure. Prince Harry argues for purpose, for service, for meaning. Prince Harry even reaches for Diana, pulling memory into the moment as if it might unlock something still closed. But Prince William doesn't move. Because for Prince William, this isn't about emotion anymore, it's about risk. Repeated risk. And when Prince Harry asks the question that cuts through everything, whether Prince William is rejecting the work or rejecting him, the answer lands heavier than anything else that day. Prince William isn't rejecting Prince Harry. Prince William is rejecting the risk Prince Harry brings. And that distinction is devastating because it doesn't offer a path forward, it removes one. Then comes the detail that confirms that all the order was already drafted. That meeting wasn't an appeal. It was a courtesy, a final moment before execution. And Prince Harry walks out holding on to one last hope, Charles, because if there's one place where emotion could override structure, it would be there. But even that hope collapses quietly. Charles listens. Charles struggles. Charles admits the conflict between fatherhood and kingship, but Charles doesn't reverse it. Charles signs it. And in that signature, everything becomes official. From there, it's mechanical. Ruthless, efficient, names removed, access gone, roles redistributed, even military events closed. And what makes it colder is how ordinary it looks from the outside. Administrative changes, policy updates. But together, they create something absolute, a system that no longer includes Prince Harry at all. And Prince Harry feels it not in one moment, but in a series of losses that build into something final. Catherine steps in not to reopen anything, but to explain what Prince William couldn't say. That the decision wasn't built on hatred, it was built on fear. Fear of repetition, fear of exposure, fear of what might happen next. And that explanation doesn't heal anything, but it reveals something deeper. That this wasn't about ending Prince Harry, it was about protecting everything else. And outside Buckingham Palace, the gates stay closed, not moving, not shifting, just there. Visible, permanent, a symbol that isn't symbolic at all. Because behind those gates, the monarchy continues, adjusted, stabilized, moving forward without hesitation. And somewhere beyond them, Prince Harry stops fighting. Not because the argument is finished, but because there is no argument left to make.